You know, some of the holes in giant looking abyss, bottomless of the ocean, they're kind of huge if you actually look at it from a different angle.
Goddamn right.
Like if you went in the sky and you see the ocean, all you're gonna see is a bottomless pit hole. But wouldn't that signify that someone would have used a giant laser to just punch the hole into the earth though? I mean, looking at what we seen last chapter, 1114, that's kind of stretching it a bit. But what we learned, what caused that, we all know how that actually happened. So, I'm here to discuss chapter 1114, go in depth into it, deeper information. Let's go down to the rabbit hole for a bit though. So you might not agree with some of the stuff I say, but you might agree with some of the stuff that's been going on with the world around the One Piece, which is very concerning. So you might be asking, okay, so what is going on with the One Piece world? Well, for the short term of it, the islands are sinking. No, they're not sinking per se. It's more like the water levels are rising. As Vegapunk did say, and he did say, and I quote, you can discard this warning. Now, you can take it as, oh, he so if none of the events transpired, which they definitely did, because you saw Smoothie, I think they were still at either Wano or they're back at Whole Cake Island. So she said, "Oh, so that's if that's what the earthquake was. So if he's talking about that earthquake, then yeah." So Vegapunk also said, "If it doesn't transpire, then you can let wherever I say discard what I said. But, but he did say, okay, so if it did transpire, take heed of what I have to say. Listen carefully to what I have to say. Because if you don't, well,
Good luck.
you saw one of the panels on 1114 chapter of One Piece. One of the islands were kind of water levels kind of rose a bit, but we don't know which island that was. That I think I'm leaning towards some one of the islands that one show I had visited, but we don't know. But we do know that earthquake and water rose a bit. So that's what I'm. Ooh. And everybody hears this, and like I said in my chapter review, everybody did have mixed opinions. Which I'm looking at that like, oh, so you guys think what Dr. Vegapunk, what the old geezer says, what the scientist says, is a bunch of nonsense. Which I'm looking at that as like, no, if you actually thinking about it, Vegapunk is actually a smart person. I mean, look what he did to the five elders. He got the jump on them before they jumped him. Meaning, he planned everything out to make them look bad. So I think it was last 2-3 chapters. Vegapunk has made the Gorosei look bad, and I mean real bad. Well, I can't say 3 chapters. I would say since beginning of Egghead, that plan was set in motion. So you can say since CP0, or no, since the Straw Hat Pirates infiltrated or went to Egghead, that plan was set in motion. Now, you could say, and I said this I said this in the chapter review. What if the roles were reversed? What if Luffy didn't go to that island? What if Kid or Law went to the island? Would Vegapunk enacted that plan beforehand? I mean, let's call it as it is, because you have Luffy, and we all know how strong Luffy is and his crew. They can push back the elders relatively. Well, one of the elders. But you have the giants there. Now, you could say, if Kid went to that island, will that also mean would that also mean Vegapunk or the Giants were gone there? Then again, you left with Kid Law too. But I think Law would have left Vegapunk. Well, then again, now that we got the full scope of what Vegapunk and was doing, and the 5 elders forms and how strong to hell they are, I would say this: if Vegapunk would definitely end up dying either way, which way you put it. I mean, doesn't matter if Kid was there, doesn't matter if Law was there, doesn't matter if Luffy was there. The situation wouldn't change, is what I'm trying to say. But I will say that if the situation did change, would Saturn go to Egghead himself and made landfall for Kid or Law? That's the interesting question I want to pose to the viewers. Would Law or would Saturn make landfall to Egghead if Law or Kid were both there, or if one of them was there? Would that make a difference, even if Law or Kid was there? Because let's be honest, that shit, come on now. I have faith in Law and Kid, because Kid, I can't say that for Kid. Law is the only one I have faith in, because he's smart and he knows when a threat is nearby. Even Saturn brought Kizaru with him too, so that's a definitely that's a kill switch right there. Not kill switch, but you know the point I'm trying to make. Kizaru's there, and he can easily beat Law. Hands down. Let's be honest here, because even Luffy was having a bit of a struggle with Kizaru. So back to how does what I say tie back to what I was gonna say about this chapter? Well, you got what Vegapunk was saying and about the water level rising. So would that be, trying to think, would that affect the devil fruit users if the water level is rising, which that's kind of interesting. So, if the water level rises, would that affect devil fruit users? Because you do gotta go back and even to Impel Down, because how Impel Down was created, that it's all the way deep at the bottom of the ocean. It's sitting on the ocean floor. Like the building's all the way down there. Even Magellan said, "Oh, we had reports of several cells flooding with water. So is there? Well, okay, they can. I can't say that. Okay, so you got the most dangerous criminals down there on. I think it was level 5 or 6. But if you got the most dangerous people down there, which makes sense, because I think most of Impel Down's dangerous criminals that world government don't want nobody to know, erased from history, is down there, will have more powerful devil fruits than anybody else around the world. So my thing is, does Vegapunk, by saying this, Vegapunk might have I don't know how Oda's gonna do this. I'm pretty much confused here, but not confused, but more of bamboozled, because Vegapunk is broadcasting everything to the world, and not even the world nobles knows this, except for one noble, which that noble we see. I want to say the noble we see is from. Damn it. She even says it. The voice sentry. What is he talking about? Because most of what Vegapunk says is coming out true, in which you can definitely tell the world government or the 5 elders knows this. And then you got Eam standing there. I don't know what he's thinking about. Like I said last chapter, I think he's either pissed at the moment or kind of like calm and collected. It's like, okay, so what's his real? Get to the point, Vegapunk. Get to the point. Reveal everything. That way, that way I will blow that island up in a hot minute. But you got the War Nobles. No, the War Nobles knows, like the eldest, most, the eldest, most, the long-lived nobles knows about what Vegapunk's talking about. But I think the younger generation doesn't know about the voice sentry. They don't know jack shit about what's happened to voice sentry. People that trying to hold that information, uncover the information of the voice sentry, has either been dealt with by the 5 elders personally, or been shot and killed just like Clover did. I'm thinking both, because there's no way they suppress that information and let Vegapunk, of all people, this is basically, Vegapunk is basically their, I mean, like I said my review, Vegapunk is basically a boogeyman for the world government. This is like giving your enemy a bunch of information that you didn't mean to, but in case of Vegapunk, he was smart enough, and I mean smart enough, to think of a way And I know Vegapunk was thinking, so let's see. If I did research on the voice entry, so I might have to in place several security measures on top of last resorts, on top of secret weapons, and another top of what was I about to say? Mind slow. Trying to think of what else he can do. Secret weapons, data information. Oh, a way to not let them find the broadcasters now, which I still think is his brain is in Punk Records. That's what's streaming or broadcasting to the world. Which, I mean, like I said in the review again, for the fourth time, it's a done deal. That if they destroy Punk Records, they don't have no weapons on them. Well, then again, they already got weapons, but they still got military force. But you just cut off three major, four major now is resources for your weapons and travel too. Because I know Vegapunk makes the ships, and I don't think he will. I think you still need Vegapunk to make cars and advanced cars and advanced boats. But again, how does this tie back to the world? The world getting covered in water, or it's sinking. Well, not sinking, flooding is more what it really is. So it comes back to how Vegapunk got a hit, or how the world government, 5 elders got their hands on the Mother Flame, which is kind of a head scratcher. And I explained it too. I mean, it was a scenario. I mean, it's more like a scenario if you actually think about it, because that's the only way they actually got their hands on the Mother Flame, is that Vegapunk was probably made Mother Flame and top secret, and somehow, some way, the 5 elders found out, and one of them came to the island and just said, "Hey, give us the Mother Flame." And I'm pretty sure Vegapunk explained how the Mother Flame was used for. Oh, it's an energy source that can be harnessed. And the word government just said, and I can imagine one of the 5 elders said, "Oh no, don't give me that bullshit. Fuck that. That's useless. Give us the Mother Flame and we can use it better than you can." Which I'm looking at that and thinking about that scenario. It's like, that's kind of a dick move. Not a dick move, but that's kind of. So, how many cameras or how many video cameras do you got located in Vegapunk's lab? Because that's kind of crazy if you actually think about it. And breaking all this down in this latest chapter, it's kind of weird to think that the world government knew Vegapunk made this and just said, "Give that to us. That's an order," and use it as a weapon to blow up a few islands. In return, those islands are now have holes in them with abyss down in the earth. Like, Enies Lobby is one of them. Lucia Kingdom is another, and a bunch more that they showed us on that map on some of the chapters. I don't know. But they already used this thing more times than I can count. Now, how they use this in the voice entry? Because I'm thinking, well, no, they haven't. Because they had to have Vegapunk. So I'm guessing it was before this. So I can think of. Oh, I don't want to do the timeline thing. Okay, so I guess I would just say this. They had a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of people that the elders held a grudge against. So I'm guessing they rolled out the map, chose the destination, went to town with the mother flame, and then decided to blow up the islands. Which is kind of a shame if you actually think about it. I mean, some of those. How many people did they kill? That's another thing. And another thing is it because of the mother flame that it causes the earth and the water level to rise? Because if that's the case, then take away. There's one solution though. Then take away the mother flame, either destroy it or take it away. But then again, that's a mass energy source. So destroy that and another hole or a big hole, extremely big hole, or shoot, I don't know. A huge explosion might have done it. I don't know, but that would have killed everybody on the island and surrounding diameter, what perimeter, kilometer. That's more like it. Surrounding kilometer, I would say 500 kilometers, given how big of that damn energy source is, which is in bold letters on top of the damn machine. Okay, so that's my opinion on this chapter. I mean, there's nothing more I can go on except, I mean, to touch upon. I mean, I really touched upon like everything else. However, I more like to leave it to some of the YouTubers or One Piece YouTubers that will explain it better than I can. This is just my 2 cents of what I got from the chapter, which is always fun because I love talking about it. And it always bugged me because this is kind of crazy because Vegapunk died and lied and, well, and basically made a energy source that ended up making a hole in the earth, which I still believe to this day. Which that's kind of crazy. Why make a energy source where the world government will find out anyways, regardless? I mean, hell, Saturn even said it back in Kuma's backstory. Oh, we put cameras in your little or we were spying on you. We were spying on you and we put cameras in your lab. Yep. Yep. So we know everything. Know everything and we can hear everything. So the walls have eyes, as they say, as the saying goes. You know don't say too much because you know why? The walls have eyes. And ears. Walls have eyes and ears. They hear everything. So in One Piece case, the elders have videos and cameras and I'm guessing hearing devices, and they found out Vegapunk was like, ah, shit, well, they're gonna come here anyways and tell me to hand it over. Which I think Vegapunk just said, okay, here, I mean, what else can I do? I mean, it's now I gotta bear this sin now. I mean, I can make it 2 sins. Well, okay, hold on. If Vegapunk, that's another thing. If Vegapunk did make Mother Flame, which I'm pretty sure he did. That would be committing 5 sins. That was his fifth sins. He created an energy source, which he had good intentions, but those good intentions of being smart lead to a bad road. You feel me? But if you like this video, subscribe and like and comment down below if you think the One Piece world is about to be flooded, like a flash warning as to drowning, more like. And see you again, and see you next adventure. Laters.